Hello folks, this is Scott with Dallas Paint Correction and Luxury Microfiber here in Dallas, Texas. About a month ago, I did a video about how much money I make on YouTube. The video was to help inspire some of those who wanted to get on YouTube and give themselves more exposure or perhaps make some extra income for themselves. That video I think got about 8,000 views, and from it I get about over 100 phone calls a month, text messages, emails. Scott, please help me to understand this because I've been on YouTube forever and I can't make any money at what I'm doing. What is really going on? Can you show us the bigger picture? I will say this, like I did in the last video, discussing income can be very difficult. There'll be some who will really appreciate this video. There will be some that will probably write down below, I think this guy is just doing nothing but bragging about what he's making. And trust me, this isn't a lot of money, but it's significant. But this really is to help those who have been asking me a lot of questions. I wanted to make one video to kind of bring it all together to kind of help you understand it a little bit more. One of the things for me, I have been on YouTube for less than 2 years. In fact, March 3rd will be my 2-year anniversary on YouTube. In that time, I have close to 18 million views. This is kind of significant because there are people who are on YouTube that have been on for 3-5 years, may even have double the amount of subscribers that I have, but they only have around 21 or 22 million views. The amount of views I've gotten in such a short period of time has really helped me with my revenue, and I'll explain why. There's a bunch of questions I get. Hey Scott, is shorter the video making you more money than a longer video? No, that's not true. That's not how it works. What does work is audience participation, meaning when they open up the video, if you have a 10-minute video, but 90% of the people who watch it watch the whole video in its entirety without jumping out early, you actually make some more revenue. I think it's called audience participation or engagement. That's really important. Yes, there are videos that I might have that are 30 minutes long and people check out after 5 minutes. I get it. I understand it. So I guess to some extent keeping the video short is helpful because people will stay engaged throughout it. But there are people who have an hour video that may be very engaging. It may be a video that you want to engage throughout the whole hour, so their revenue is going to be the same. It really doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is bring you into my Creator Studio and show you how this works, how YouTube reports estimated revenue to the YouTube creator, which is me. Let's go from there, okay? So I know this is sensitive material, but this is really trying to help others. This is, right now, if we look at the 2 years I've been on YouTube, the first 4 to 6 months were really insignificant. There wasn't a lot of money being made. Some months I might have made $100, $200 a month. That's because I didn't have a lot of subscribers and I didn't have a lot of views. But that has shifted drastically as we come up to March 3rd, my second anniversary date on YouTube. There's been a huge shift and I want to show it to you. Sorry for making you guys shaky. So here we are. This is basically what your Creator Studio looks like. This is what you'll see from your dashboard, is I guess what they call it, so you can see the last couple of videos I posted. Here's what's happening in the last 28 days. What's really important to understand, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but January and February are the 2 worst months to make revenue on YouTube. The reason for that is because the big advertisers that work with YouTube are renegotiating their contracts, so you really see a drop in revenue. But here's what I've done in the last 28 days. A little over 5 million watch minutes. Then we come down here, this is total views, 1.5 million, almost 1.6 million views. In the last 28 days, I've been able to pick up over 5,000 subscribers. That's crucial going forward. Here's what I made in the last 28 days, $3,852. This is most likely because January and February are the worst months to make revenue with YouTube. If I was in March or April when the revenue goes up, I probably would be around $5,800, maybe $6,000 for the last 28 days. But this is kind of crucial. If you have numbers like this during the 2 worst months with YouTube, you're doing something right. Now what I'm going to do, how do I want to do this? I just want to hit analytics, this little tab right here. Or let's go to my estimated revenue, and I'll hit that. And then it's going to open up my estimated revenue here in a new tab. Come on, computer, I know it's slow, sorry. So here's the tab that opens. It will say Overview Revenue. This is for the last 28 days. I just want to click that to lifetime. This will tell me what I've made in the last 23 months. Once this loads, I'll bring you down here and show you. $61,613.17. This estimated revenue is very, very accurate. In fact, there were times you might see that you only made $2,000 on your studio with estimated revenue, but YouTube will send you a check for $2,500. The reason for that is because the algorithms haven't completely kind of adjusted your revenue yet. I've never been paid below my revenue. So there's $61,613 in the last 23 months. Again, the first 4 to 6 months were completely insignificant. So if we kind of do the averages, I think it's probably around $50,000 a year that I'm making on YouTube. That is going to go up drastically as we go forward over the next year or so. So I believe my potential is probably maybe $70,000 a year once I kind of get the subscriber rate up to 100,000 people, and if I can keep them engaged with the things I'm talking about, it just kind of goes up from there. I know this is a lot to consider, a lot to think about, but those are the things you want to think about. Try to keep your audience engaged throughout the video. You don't want them checking out early. And trust me, I get a lot of people who check out early. It's not like it's, you know, I do it so well. So I think you can do it as well. The other thing is keeping, you know, always post as often as you can, which is very helpful on YouTube. It keeps you relevant. They'll recommend more of your videos to new subscribers, to pull new subscribers into you, which is great. But the potential is huge, and there are people who are making a lot more than this. And I just wanted to share it with you because I get so many phone calls since I made that last video. Scott, help me. I've been on YouTube for 5 or 6 years, and my best month was $500. What am I doing wrong? Sometimes you just have to look at your creator studio, find out how long people are actually participating in your videos, look in the mirror, be honest, and listen, I'm a rambling fool half the time. It's amazing to me that people stay engaged for as long as they do. But if there's anything you can take from this video, work hard, stay on top of it, and follow your passion, follow your dream. Do I have to pay taxes on this? Yes, this is important to understand as well. I own a business, Dallas Paint Correction, Luxury Microfiber. I'm able, my accountant is able to decrease the amount of taxes I have to pay on this money because I deduct all the products that I buy for the reviews that I make because I actually purchase them. I also deduct my time because it's kind of a way too, an accountant will go, wait a minute, he's marketing his business on YouTube. He has to invest time, he has to have a camera, he has to do editing, and he has to buy products to be able to do this. So there are some ways if you want a business that your accountant can kind of legally help minimize the amount of taxes you have to pay. I don't know if that's going to work for someone who doesn't own a business, maybe just a, you know, an average Joe sitting in his garage wanting to make revenue on YouTube. You're going to have to pay whatever your tax bracket is. You probably don't have many deductions that you can legally through a business help you or benefit you with reducing your taxes with paying your taxes with this revenue. I hope that makes sense. I love you all. Just wanted to share that there were some people who said, Scott, I don't think you make that kind of money. And again, this is not me patting myself on the back. I'm blown away by it. The potential's huge. I have no reason to believe, unless, hey, people can stop watching me tomorrow. That's always the reality of it. And if that happens, fine, I'll do something else. But in the meantime, the potential's huge, and it's working out well. And I want to help you as much as I can. Couldn't take 100 different phone calls. It's very hard to do that. But I wanted to show you how it worked and some of the things you got to remember. January and February are the worst months to make revenue. Try to keep people engaged in if you make a 4-minute video, hopefully they stay in the video for the whole 4 minutes. There's things like that too that can help you. I love you all. I'll talk to you soon.